Welcome to No Nonsense Nonprofits. Hi, I'm Sandy Ray, founder of Sandra E. Ray, CPA, where we alleviate financial headaches so that you can create a bigger impact. Today, we're going to be talking about leveraging technology for efficient nonprofit financial management. We're going to be exploring how nonprofits can manage your finances more efficiently by not working harder, but working smarter. And the key lies in leveraging technology and streamlining our operations. This enables us to focus on what's important so we can make decisions that increase our financial stability, give us more clarity, more control, and more sustainability over our financial operations. So, why does technology matter in not-for-profit finance? When we automate processes, we save time, which gives us the gift of time to focus on other areas, and it provides us consistency in recording transactions, which is very important in accounting. And it does this very quickly, so we can get some real-time insights into the financial health of your organization and make better decisions and have a handle on what our cash flow looks like. So there are many cloud-based platforms and desktop-based platforms. I'm leaning towards cloud-based platforms for you because as we're always on the go, these cloud-based platforms offer us access to our data no matter where we are. It's really great if your team is remote. We also get a lot of automatic backups with these cloud-based processes. Not always, but most of the time. So you want to check that out and make sure how your data is backed up. So this reduces the loss of our data. Also, many of these applications seamlessly integrate with each other, like your accounting system or your donor management system or your payroll system. So choosing the right financial management tools, some things you want to consider. First and foremost, grant management. Will that accounting system, will that donor management system assist you with tracking your grants? Can we tag every transaction that's related to the grant so that we can pull the information out in a report later? We haven't used this term in a long time, but fund accounting. Not only do we receive grants, but we receive other restricted funds. Maybe we have endowments. So we want to keep track of those pots of money. Again, we need to be able to track every transaction related to those restrictions. And then for donor tracking, are we able to pull out cumulative gifts over time? For example, with our 990, if you're a public charity and you have a public charities test, we need information on those donors. Are there any donors who just by virtue of the size of their donation can influence the board and have the board make decisions just by the power of the size of their donation? Those donors are not considered when we're looking at who supports us from the public, and that gets involved in our public charities test. Let's look at accounting software. What are the benefits of having technology-based or cloud-based technology software? It actually improves our bookkeeping, our invoicing to clients or the grantors or constituents, or even donors for pledges that they've made and that we need to follow up on. It helps us to manage the data rather than spending time doing a lot of data entry. You can have integrations with your bank, your cash apps, between your donor management system and your accounting system. It reduces the human error and increases our accuracy. We want to make sure that those integrations are set up properly so everything's running smoothly. And we do want to have a check and make sure that all the transactions are being synced, that there's no duplications from, say, from the donor management system and the bank, that we want to have a process in place that says, we're going to pull the information from the donor management system. We're going to let that post to our accounting system. And then what we are pulling from the bank, we are going to match to whatever is already in the accounting system. And then we're going to do things like look for unsynced transaction reports. We're going to do our bank reconciliations. We're going to look for duplicate transactions or transactions that never got recorded. So we're spending our time ensuring the accuracy of the system rather than spending our time doing a lot of data entry and then ensuring the accuracy of our system. We can also get out of these systems some reporting and some dashboards, and it happens a lot faster. It's almost immediate, and they can be automatically generated. You can have reports sent to you on a schedule. And all the good systems have an audit log, whether you're going in, who logs out, what transactions did they enter, what vendors did they add, whether any transactions that were avoided or deleted. We want to know by user who's doing those kinds of things. Now, for our CRM systems or our donor management systems, this gives us the ability to centralize all of our donor data. It can automate our communications, whether they be personalized to say thank you or reach out for an appeal. And they can help us with our required communications, like the donor acknowledgement letters that we have to send in accordance with the IRS. These systems help us enhance our engagement, where it tracks our engagement. It lets us know, if we're strategic about it, what engagement is successful and what engagement is not. We can also learn some information about our donors and put that in the systems as far as what's their preferred method of communication. These systems allow us to forecast future donations and track our pledges receivable, especially if we have pledges receivable that are not legally enforceable and therefore not entered into the accounting system. We still want to be tracking these, and we want them in the donor management system. So that helps us not to forget that those wills are out there, that those trusts are out there, that maybe we have a donor advised funds where we're the beneficiary, but that doesn't rise to the level that we're recording that in the books in our general ledger. We want to keep track of all of those donors in the future. Now, many of these systems help us with budgeting tools. And then there's other systems that help us with budgeting and forecasting outside of this. And they provide some really accurate forecasting models, and they allow you to allocate your resources in different ways and do all kinds of scenario planning. So if you're really into that, there's some applications outside the accounting system that help you run those scenarios, that can help you improve your financial transparency. And again, they can be linked to your general ledger or your donor management system. Another type of system we use a lot is expense management automation, whether it's a third-party bill payer or it's your credit card or a tool that we use with the credit card that helps you get those receipts, that the purchaser is the one who's saying that, snap that picture of that receipt, get that coded, then it gets approved by somebody in the system. So we have that oversight, and before the credit card ever gets paid. And those codings, the way that it's coded, can integrate with your accounting system, so that, again, there's no data entry, there's no loss, or there's no clerical errors with data entry. These things really help you simplify that tracking, but also make sure that you're in compliance with the IRS as far as having those receipts, having those transactions documented. Many are very user-friendly. And again, like I said, snap a picture, type in a code, send it off, transaction gets approved by somebody, credit card's paid, credit card gets reconciled, everything's integrated with your accounting system. again, you're managing data rather than doing a lot of data entry. There's some other tools that we can use regarding reporting and analytics that are outside of our accounting systems and our donor management systems. And they can turn complex data into insights and interactive dashboards. You can automatically collect your data and support real-time decision making. Now, along with all of this, we want to talk about security and compliance. You want to make sure you have strong passwords, that you require your team to change their passwords frequently, that multi-factor authentication or access controls are in place to protect that data. We want to do regular software updates, and we want to monitor activity. So you need those audit logs. This all helps us to ensure our donor trust and regulatory compliance, which are important things for our organizations. Another thing I want to talk about with technology is training your staff. Whether you're training new staff members on things that currently exist, or maybe you've got staff members that have new responsibilities and we are upscaling them and giving them new tools that we have to provide them. Or maybe there's been a major update, or we're making some changes to our technology. We want to make sure that the staff has that training so that they can use the tool efficiently and accurately. And then finally, I want to talk about planning for scalability. When choosing cloud-based tools, you want them to be flexible and grow with your organization. Many applications have a free version with limited capabilities. This is a loss leader for them. They know that eventually you're going to be moving into their paid product. And so you want to start out with a product that you want to grow into. So let's use what's called the SMART framework. And many of you may know this already, to when you're looking at your technology goals, be very specific. That's the S. Clear and precise goals. The M is measurable. Is there a way to track our goals, to track our progress and measure our success? A is achievable. Is your goal realistic? R is relevant. Does your goal align with your mission? And T is time. Does your goal have a deadline? We need to create a sense of urgency in order to get things completed. I recommend that you work with technology consultants. They can help you in many ways. We are not technology consultants. We have skills in other areas, and a technology consultant can save you all kinds of time, money, and headache. And if you are looking for some applications or a technology consultant, I recommend, if you're a 501c3 public charity, that you go to TechSoup.org. It is a marketplace for public charities for anything technology related. You have to prove that you are a 501c3. And then once you've done that, you're allowed to shop on their website, and you can get all kinds of licenses for Microsoft, QuickBooks, Bill.com, website design, IT people. There's just all kinds of things on the website. I don't know what's on the website. I'm not a 501c3. I don't have access to it, but I know that there are lots of donated licenses, and it's amazing the cost savings you can come up with. So to wrap things up, I would really encourage you, if you have not embraced automation and real-time reporting, that you do that. Choose tools that were tailored for nonprofits. We have many things that we do in our accounting systems that are just the same as a for-profit organization, but we have just as much that are unique to us. We have fund accounting or restricted pots of money that we need to keep track of. We need to know how much donors are giving us so that we can be compliant with all of the things that we need to do to maintain our not-for-profit status. train your team and plan for growth. Make sure everybody's understands the tools that they're using so they can use them most efficiently, and know that you're probably going to grow. So pick tools that will grow with you. And then, of course, prioritize data security. I hope this was helpful for you today. And if you have any questions on this or any other topics, please put them in the comment section and we will answer them as quickly as we can. Of course, we always appreciate your likes. And remember that creating a bigger impact starts with stopping the nonsense. If you're dealing with nonsense in your nonprofit organization, we'd love to help you cut through the noise.